My name is Victoria Prinzi, and I graduated in December of 2012, and at the time I received my Master's of Accounting and a certificate in Healthcare Fraud Investigation and Examination. Started looking for a job right away because I really wanted to go into investigation of healthcare. I felt it was important. Obviously, that's why I got the certificate, and it was a critical function in today's society to do something with that. When I got to about mid-age, not defining the year, I said to myself, I really have half my life ahead of me. And in the last half, I've done many things. Like, there's no reason not to make a change, not to do something else. I have a long way to go, and I have always loved working. And I've always had a great time with education and learning new things. So I decided to go back and get my master's and approach the second half of my life and doing something new. I live in Boca Raton. And it was a great facility to have FAU so close to me. I mean, it was really, something special when you have a university in your own town. And I was happy to go back and get the education, and I was very happy to make a change. I mean, it's exciting. It brings something new to your life. To make a change like that, you learn so much more. And being in healthcare fraud investigation, I mean, it's totally exciting. It's very interesting to meet these people, and you hear their stories, and to me, people's stories are so interesting about where they are and how they got there and how the families are helping each other. So you get an opportunity to go into these people's homes and really find out about something totally different, about their lives. So, it's very interesting to see these people. You're hoping you're helping them. And you're hoping you're doing a good job on getting the money where it is meant to be and where we all want it to be. You need a wide variety of people in order to come together as a team. On my team, we have a gentleman who worked in loss prevention, and he used to go all over the country tracking down trucks with stolen material or whatever. He'd get in the car and not know, where he'd end up 5 days later, following a truck with stolen goods. We have an MBA from, MBA from Loyola. We have a woman on our team who was a nurse, and then worked in law firms in Florida doing medical, working on background medical lawsuits. We have a Broward detective who was a motorcycle detective in Broward for 18 years. Our data analysis was a math instructor, a math teacher in high school. He's like a great data analyst. And me, so an accounting background and coming from a business world. And it takes all of us as a team to make sense out of some cases. And while we're responsible for all our cases and we're the manager of all of our individual investigations, we do come together all the time. It's at least a few times a day. All the chairs will be moved out into the middle of the hall, and we're just talking about my case or their case, or what would you do with this, or what do you think, or look what I just found. Like, what does that even mean? I think about my professors every day. I think of Mary Kay Boyd at least 10 times. What should I not put in this memo? What should I not say? What's redundant? What's too emotional and take it out? How to stay objective? Every email I write, which how many emails a day? We all write a day. Every email I write, I think Mary Kay said, listen, this is your job. It takes 2 minutes. Read it over. Too many people just write emails and send them out. Read it over. See if it makes sense, even if it's a casual email to a coworker or anything. I reread every email just because of her, and I think of her. Another professor I think about is Jay Liner. Jay taught me a lot about questioning people And that was like incredibly helpful, because one of the main things that I remember, or that I use, it's not that I remember, that I do, is that you start at the peripheral and come into your suspect, because so that you come in with as much information and you're approaching him and you already know what's what. I mean, every class we did hands-on, and that made that made total difference. And I think of him, our whole job is interviewing the beneficiaries, the providers, the ambulance companies, home health, hospice, and it's all about at the end of the day, after your analysis and where you think you're going to work at your hypothesis, you interview all these people. And I think of Jay all the time when I do that. He was very helpful. The whole program was very hands-on. And out of all my education, the best part about the healthcare certificate program was that it was hands-on. They weren't just telling you in theory what you should do or what's out there. They were saying, look, here's what it is, and here's how you do it. And everything was hands-on. And that made the big difference, because now, when I'm actually doing the job, I think about them. It's like they told me what to do here. My other professor, she was so good. I mean, I just want to work with her. I think she gave all of us in class, we all said the same thing, all my classmates, is that Rebecca was so inspiring. She has such a passion for her job, it's like you want to do it too. And she knows what she's talking about. But Rebecca's like the perfect investigator. She was a nurse, she's an MBA, she has all these degrees, she's coding. Rebecca knows, again, that's a type of person, or Rebecca's actually probably could be her own team, because she has what an entire team needs. And she inspired us. She, again, she taught us what we needed to do, and she gave us the tools. She taught us through experience. She taught us through all the investigations she did. Rebecca was a great inspiration.